Oh my gosh, here we go. Hello guys, JFM Studios here to give you, once again, another video where I get to show you my artwork at a certain year. This year, we're going to focus on the wonderful, long, stressful year of 2016. 10 years ago. Good golly. That's right. I remember when 2016 was like the worst year ever. Oh, how naive we were. Now 2016 is like one of the best years. It was definitely a good year for me, artwork wise, but you know, I'll get to that later once we get to the artwork. But man, it was definitely weird. It was an election year. It was a very groundbreaking election year. It was the same year where I got into the Loud House, but at the same time, it was the same year that, my God, that I got kicked out of my apartment. Not because not because I did anything wrong. It's because, it's a stupid. It's just a situation. It's a shitty situation that I just had to. I was unfortunately one of the tenants that had to leave due to some unforeseen circumstances. So it's nothing I did. Oh man, it was the same year that my guy at the time, Chris Algieri, lost, and I crashed out when he lost. I remember that. Talking about boxing, but yeah. Anyway, let's get on with the artwork. This is my artwork from the great year 2016. Here we go. Alright, so first we see this cute Amanda picture. I remember I made this as a little example for my commissions, saying, hey, this is how a fully rendered picture would look. And looking at this, if I were to zoom in, boy, have I come a long way in 10 years. I don't do this anymore. This weird highlight thing, with it's too white, and too sketchy. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it looked cool, but I don't know. It just looks so awkward. I mean, clothes don't reflect like that. Come on. And I still did this weird effect where when the characters move their hands, a little, swinging effect. I did that. It's because I saw Genzo Man do that in his artwork, and I'm like, oh man, I want to do that too. But yeah, you can see the line work here. I was working in Photoshop at this time, and line work is definitely a bit janky compared to my line work now. But yeah, Amanda really loves her little digital pen because she's an artist, And this was before I got back into Malice Mansion, so she was just a mascot to me, a mascot to this channel. That's right, poor Amanda. The horrors you will see and experience in Malice Mansion. Can't wait. But yeah, this is oh boy. Well, this is an unfinished picture. Amanda in the rain. It was gonna be dramatic and junk. I did the background. I was gonna, do a painterly background with the rain and everything. This horizon with the hills, and over here is gonna be water or something. But I just never finished it.
Hell no!
I don't know. I don't know why she's so sad. I guess I just made this when I was depressed or something. It was one of those depressing days. I remember I had those in 2016. I guess it was more frequent back then than now. I mean, right now I'm just used to things not going my way, so it's like, whatever. It comes with growing up. Oh, here's Amanda again. This is black and white. Which isn't really black and white. It's just grayscale. You know what I mean? If it was black and white, everything would just be, literally black and white, as if it was being inked. Maybe some hatching here and there, but this is just grayscale. And this is cell shaded. A little example of a cell shaded picture. Ah, and here she is in her mascot form, all monochromatic and junk. So yeah. Oh yes, I remember when I sketched this out, the day Carrie Fisher died. And here's Amanda dressed up as Princess Leia, and I guess this is when she found out. So It's kind of sad, you know. What's with this laser? I don't know, it's a toy laser beam that she got, but yeah, I love her hair here, you know. It's very nice. Her mom did a good job. Oh, and here's a sketch. This is a very sketchy sketch. Gosh. My sketches don't look like that anymore. It's like, who would want a commission that looks like this? Seriously. This is a bad example. I'm just saying. Look, I'm just saying. Anyway. Oh yes, here's more of those that weird effect, hands moving, but yeah, I was gonna do this little short series of like J&T characters dressed up like Street Fighter characters. And here's Ashley dressed like M. Bison. Yeah, I was gonna do this whole thing where the West End girls were, you know, dressed as the Four Kings. Bison, Vega, Balrog, Sagat. Chris was gonna be Sagat. Lily was gonna be Vega, and Jennifer was Balrog. Which is funny. Imagine Jennifer with boxing gloves. And a shaved head. Yeah. Put a gap in her teeth. She's Balrog. But yeah, Ashley here, she looks very menacing. I love it. Oh boy. I forgot I did this. Yeah, this is gonna be... This was a mock picture. A mock illustration of how those sexy breast mouse pads look. If it was Ashley. And yeah, this is the only version I made so far. I mean, there was not a not safe for work version, but this, I don't think I ever posted this publicly. But still, if I were to make or design a special mouse pad, it would look like this, you know, featuring Ashley, because everybody loves Ashley for 2 reasons. So there you go. She's looking good, and she loves it. You know, she's very flattered that I drew her like that. That's how she is. Ashley is a very vain girl, and she loves herself. She loves her body, and she flaunts it. You know, if you don't have it, don't flaunt it. That's her philosophy. And this was the same year where I made these J&T biopics. Yeah, I remember I did a lot of effort, but here you see the weird highlights, the sketchy highlights. Oh yes, this one. I was experimenting with, you know, monochrome, just having fun, doing something a bit different. Here, this is Ashley again. With her huge ears. And yes, it's cropped, but if I remember correctly, she's still covering herself down there. So yeah, I don't know why I cropped it. I guess the original is still a bit too explicit, but you know, because you see major cleavage, I guess that's why. Cool, it's BB-8 from the newer Star Wars movies. I remember I drew this the night after I watched The Force Awakens in January of 2016, and this was when I was on a roll, just drawing something every day. On that January, it was pretty cool, you know, and I can't believe the amount of time I had. I mean, I worked till 6, and then me and my friend went to the movie theater, and then after the movie theater I got home around 10, and then I had the time to make this and then go to sleep. That's unfathomable today. I don't have the energy like that. I miss my energy when I was young. I turned 27 this year, or in 2016. Man, I wish I was 27 again, but this was the failed version of my birthday picture. Just the birthday candles with Amanda in the background, and it just looked weird. Amanda in the background like this with her gaping mouth and everything. It's just, nah, it's wrong. Wrong. So I redid it right here. Something more funny, you know? The giant candles. And I always use the same font that I use in my logo, the JFM Studio logo. It's a Hesheshwala or something like that. But Ever since this little picture here, it became a yearly tradition where I draw my birthday picture with Amanda in it. She's holding a cake or something with my age. Oh yeah. I turned 27 and it was a glorious year. And here we go, folks. Another reason why 2016 was an amazing year was because of The Loud House. The Loud House premiered of May of 2016. Oh man, it's almost been 10 years. I might make a retrospective video. That'd be nice. But anyway, the same year I gained a lot of followers because I generally loved the show. So I made fan art, and I became a little infamous. Not a lot of people know my name, but these certain dramatic pictures went online. It was featured on YouTube videos, YouTube thumbnails. This especially scared people, but it's Luna, throwing up after drinking a lot, beer pressure. Yes, and this is when I started the Sad Loud House series of pictures. So I gotta say, I'm still proud of these pictures, and I'm actually glad I actually, drew the style of the show. So I'm not perfect, but I'm a good imitator. So poor Luna here. She's fine. She'll be fine. Oh boy, here's another one of those Street Fighter J&T pics. This is the only... this was 2 out of 2. So I only drew Ashley in blue. And blue is Chun-Li. Blue is a perfect Chun-Li because Chun-Li inspired me to design blue. Especially with her spiked bracelets. And her thick thighs. Blue is very well endowed, in the hip area. So, and so is Chun-Li. So, yeah, it fits. It really fits. Oh boy. Well, if you ever wonder how blue would look like without her blue, persona and her dyed hair, this is her natural hair color. So, wouldn't you believe it? So, she looks so wrong here. She looks like vomit. Ironically, because it was because of her vomit that made her, turn blue. Read J&T episode 3 to understand her story. So jeffandtaylorcomic.com. That's jeffandtaylorcomic.com. And read that hilarious and somewhat sad episode. Yeah. Oh yes, this was one of those exclusive pictures. I've never published this publicly. This is going to be a picture that I would just post on the end of your slideshow, and yeah, just Blue being depressed on the beach, and she's watching a meteor shower. Yeah, here she is again. This had more effort because this is a biopic, but I remember this was the very first one I did. And I'm like, okay, I'll make all of the J&T characters have bio portraits, just like this. The background and everything. Matching backgrounds. Different colors. Each character has a different color, you know that? Anyway. Oh, here's Blue again, in her room. And look at the background here. Here she has a poster that says Planet Doom. And here's Blue. And I don't know what this is. I think this is a biohazard sign or something. Here's her mirror, where she does her makeup. And yeah, it's a cropped picture. It's an edited and cropped picture. You can tell, look at the wavy lines here. Line work. And I've come a long way with the line work. Yeah, it's a cropped picture. And here we go. This is the full version. Actually, this is the full version edited. But yeah, this is her again. Like I said, she's well endowed down there. No wonder people love her. But that's a nice texture there. Yeah. It makes Lisa sad. She's crying because of that blue picture. Man. Yeah, this is another one of those sad Loud House pics. You know, it's just, I felt weird, you know, drawing Lisa to cry like that, because she never really cried in the show like this. At least not from the episodes I've seen. Maybe she does later. I haven't seen all the Loud House episodes. One of these days I want to just marathon the whole series. But yeah. Poor Lisa. It's Brock. Mother effing Brock from Pokemon. Impersonating Nelly. Yeah, this is my place. You know the Nelly song? It's one of the best songs ever. Best R&B songs. And I always imagined Brock singing this when I was a teenager. I was like, man, this is perfect for Brock. Singing about Nurse Joy or Officer Jenny or Cindy Jefferson. Wanting all three of them to just visit his apartment. And then they all beat him up because he's a liar. And a womanizer, you know. That's Brock for you. Open your eyes, Brock. Come on. No wonder you're blind. He's blinded by the light of the Jeff and Taylor fireworks. The constellations, I should say, in the 2017 calendar. That's right. I made a 2017 calendar for my family and friends. And this is how they look. I mean, this is the cover that I made. It's I got inspired by Mario Kart 64, Rainbow Road. You know what I'm talking about. And all the pages look like this. Just the characters and panels. Random panels. So yeah. I'll just skim through these. Yeah, you see the characters, and these were all different months. Remember, Jane here was September because, you know, September's my month, and it's her month too. And she's my favorite character, so whatever. Jeff was January. Yeah, just the main characters. And Sarah. But yeah, it was a very nice project. The West End Girls, all four of them had 1 month. Here's Cassidy. A render of Cassidy. This is her first render? No, her second render. I don't know, I remade this render so many times because her clothes change. Like every year, I update her clothing. I mean, right now, the brim of her little tank top here is purple. Along with her straps, purple. Just to match with her complementary colors. Whatever. Yeah. Speaking of Cassidy, here she is again. I cropped this, but who knows if I have the uncropped version next. Yeah, this is Cassidy in the future. 10 years in the future, so she's around 24 here. And she's actually wearing button pins on her huge poofy beret. One of them says Smex on it. Another one is a rainbow, pride flag rainbow. This one says no hate. This one is a swirl, I think. And the other one up here is Bill Cipher, looking very fat. A fat Bill Cipher. Like, what's Cassidy trying to tell us? That she's part of his little club? I don't know. She's like, I don't know. Yeah, I see you, Cassidy. You love that Bill Cipher, don't you? Okay. Yeah, so yeah, this is a very nice picture here. You know, she's looking very smug. So she is, and here's she is again with her bathing suit. And I don't know, I guess she grew up here because those are not her breasts in canon. Yeah, she's very happy about it. Or stoned. Whatever. I know people say that, oh, my characters look so high when they look like this. Whatever, dude. She's not supposed to be high. I guess. I don't know, she could be smoking something at this age. I don't know. Hey, you want to know Cassidy's favorite music? Well, these are actual songs. Number 1, Ready to Go by Republica. It's My Life by No Doubt. Holla Back Girl, Gwen Stefani. Raspberry Beret by Prince. Toy Soldiers by Martika. True Colors, Cyndi Lauper. Spirit of Radio by Rush. Breakout by Swing Out Sister. Gypsy by Fleetwood Mac, and Born to Be Alive by Patrick Hernandez. That's right, Born to Be Alive. This was a #1 hit in the 70s back in France. You know? And I imagine that her dad, loves that album. So he keeps it, and then he showed it to her, and then she loves it. So, around this time, I was replaying Dead Rising 2. So I drew Chef Antoine. I remember he was one of the hardest bosses that I had to face in that game. But man, Chef Antoine, he's a scary dude. So I drew him. Looks like, Jim Cummings. I thought Jim Cummings voiced him, but apparently it was somebody else. Here's a Chibi Blue, looking nice with her pointy feet. Very cute. I remember I made a sticker of her here. Here's a Chibi Cassidy, Chibi David, Chibi Jane, Chibi Jeff, and Chibi Taylor. Looking all adorable. Everybody wants to collect them all, like Pokemon. And here's my little sentimental Christmas drawing of this year. I think I already I talked about this in my Christmas video a couple months ago. Yeah, I remember. Look at this. The lonely palm tree back here, being surrounded by all the pine trees. They're used to the winter. This palm tree isn't. Whoops. It's cold and depressed, but whatever. It's Christmas time. Be happy, tree. Come on. And you gotta be happy for these two. They're very romantic and lovey-dovey. Yeah. Here's Cindy Jefferson. Her biopic. Oh yes, here is a pinup, a sketchy pinup of my character Anna. And she is looking nice. I really like her face. She has that unique face that I swear more people saw her that they'd be drawing fan art of her. She has that it factor, I swear. So why don't I draw her more? I don't know. I should draw her more. Here's a commission, and I think this is the first of the commissions that we'll see. But yeah, this was the year where I actually started commissions, and a lot of them were pretty wild. Like this. This is Luna in an insane asylum, and the doctor back here is gonna give her an injection. Yeah, fun times. That's what you get for drinking, Luna. Oh yes, a cover for somebody's fanfic, Burning Secret. Here's a Shadow Man. He knows Lincoln's secret or something. And here's the sisters in the back. Oh man, Grim Crocker. This was commissioned by, from Tatsunoko is the best. At least that's his handle in DeviantArt. But he would always, want me to draw his OC, Grim Crocker, with the loud kids, being mean to them. And here he is again, threatening Lynn. Oh boy. She'll be fine, This is just him being a meanie. And here he is again, just abusing the twins. And here's another one. This is his other bad guy, named Loki. And I believe this guy's name is Loki too. Correct? And that's why I named it Commission Loki. Anyway, let's keep on going. Here's another commission. This guy wanted me to draw him with Lenny together. And here's another commission featuring my OCs, Erica and Alexandria, in a boxing match. A female boxing match. You wouldn't believe how many people are into drawings of women boxing. There's a whole bit different subgenre of that, but people just love to see women beat each other up. I ought to make this comic one day. It's a very short story, but it's like Rocky, only with a lady. Oh yes, this is the very first commission I did. I think. Maybe it was the second. I don't know. Some guy wanted me to draw him and his brother or friend in a versus pose. I haven't seen this in forever, so. And I haven't I don't know. I've gotten a long way. Gotten a long way. I came a long way, I should say. Man, I can barely talk. This was a fun character, you know, this little nun, a busty nun with chains, a steampunk nun, you know. She's looking nice. I forgot I drew this. Awesome. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, and here's a Maria with her copyright shirt. I don't know. I would draw this. I would draw these funny doodles of my characters wearing a copyright whatever on their shirts or something for my volumes. It's very strange, but I don't know. Speaking of strange, here's Crazy Cat as a dragon. And here's the famous Crazy Cat in a plane drawing. This is a very popular print in the conventions. I remember this little girl, you know, came to my table and then she was laughing at this. So that was a highlight. You know, it's all for the kids. You know, the kids love Crazy Cat. If I were to make a children's book, it'll all be about Crazy Cat on wild adventures, bothering people and bothering other animals for fun. That's Crazy Cat for you. Yeah. Oh yes, this is a banner, I think. Yeah, this is supposed to emulate Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon album. Here's David, his biopic. David again screaming. I have a sound effect for this. Exactly. Man, if Jeff and Taylor were ever to be animated, I want them to, you know, I want David to have a stock scream just like that. Every time he's in trouble, use the same sound effect. Same exact scream. It's like whoever the voice actor is, just scream once and we'll reuse that same scream whenever David's in trouble. That's the kind of funny running gag I want. Here's DJ doing a very weird stretch. What the heck is he doing? I have no idea what the point is of this picture here. I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, you can tell this is a villain portrait because of the skulls in the back. I want the skull, man. That's what bad guys say, you know. And you can tell I had a photograph in the background because I remember I took a picture of this a long time ago. That's right. Here's DJ again. I made this just for the comic. This was the picture that came out of that one cursed photo booth. Oh, yes. I actually liked how this turned out. A little mock cover for a fake Super Nintendo game that I wish it was real. But yeah. A Jeff and Taylor beat 'em up game where they beat up a whole bunch of schmoos. you probably don't know what a shmoo is. It's okay. It's a DJ's henchman or something. So yeah, it would have been fun, man, in an alternate reality if this was a real game. Would have been fun. Yeah. And here are my little elves, Tinsel and Garland. They look very cartoony compared to my usual style, but that's how elves in my world look. Very cartoony. Very stylized. Here's Ava Dodds, another J&T villain. Yeah. I'm thinking about a different role for her, you know. I mean, she's still a villain, but I'm thinking, man, how can I utilize her? I don't know, I don't want her to be a one-off villain for that one episode. You know, she's gonna appear in future episodes. Just don't know how it'll happen. My own little version of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Here's Jeff and Taylor inside a phone booth. They're gonna go back in time with Kim. You know, she's very amused by this, so the boys aren't too sure. Here's another one of those pictures for, you know, with my boxer OCs. Here's Erica before the fight. You know, she actually had her long hair, and right before the fight she had a haircut. Very appropriate. Oh yes, and here is a random picture I drew of Renona and Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, Squall looks a bit weird in his side profile here, but no, it's nice. It's a nice little picture. And here's this here's this cover again, only without the words. Yep. And here's Amanda celebrating 200 followers on Tumblr. Man, I was really into Tumblr back then. Tumblr was the social media website I would go to every day. You know, just reblog stuff, look at some memes. It was great, really. Here's freshman Jane. Yeah, she changed her little hair ties. They're big plastic balls. Yeah, instead of the bow, a little fake bow. But, you know, the one thing I hate about this picture is her hips. Look at the ratio. Just look at her hips here, compared to the rest of her body. This looks way out there. Well, this looks kind of normal. It's just, I don't know. It's like this looks way, too wide. Her right side. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. And here's Jeff in that stylized picture. I named this Gangsta Ass Jeff. I don't know why. And here's Gangsta Ass Taylor in the same coloring style. It's all for that DJ video game picture. I don't know. I guess I was trying to emulate, American comics, like Marvel or something. A random sketch. What if Cassie were to meet the G Station? Well, she would laugh at it. The boys, they're not very thrilled that the G Station is back. But, I don't know. And the G Station, he changed his hand, his weapons, his hands, whatever. He has hands now, instead of just these weird spikes. Yep, a Gravity Falls redraw in my style. You fans of the show will remember this. Yep, it's the bunker episode. The one with the shapeshifter. Voiced by Mark Hamill. Exactly. No, not this one. Okay. I just... out of random, I just drew Luann. Emulating that one scene from Aladdin. You know when Jafar was dressed as that old man in the dungeon, and then he wheezed, smiling. That was one of the funniest things ever when I was a kid. So here we go. My gosh, what did I do? Yeah. Oh yeah, and here's a little, I think this was a request. Luna as the Green Lantern. Yeah, she's looking real nice. Starhammer people. Here we go. Yeah, we gotta look at these Starhammer people. This is Listo. This is Pascal. Rocky. Wait a minute. This is 2013. This is a 2016 slideshow. What the heck? I don't know. Maybe I updated him for this, just for the sake of updating, just consistency. But I don't know. I don't know why that's there. Anyway, this is Schmidt, Zion, and I guess that's it. Oh yes, here's a little birthday present for my good online friend Summer, aka Dino Blanky, aka a DILF lover. And anyway, she turned 21 this year. Wow. Man, how time flies. She loves Party Dude and Taylor, so that's why I drew them together. And I remember that I drew this on election day. And boy, that was a somber day for many of us. I don't know. Oh no. Oh yes, here's the old blue lore. Back when she was into purple. Yeah, it's been retconned, but I don't know. The blue after she threw up on Lewis there. Yeah. here's Holly looking real mature. I don't know. You know, fun fact, you know, a long time ago, Holly was going to be one of those sexy teenager characters. Back when I was a teenager, you know. But now she's just a goofy gal. A goofy gal that's afraid of everything. That's Holly's role in the comic. But man, crazy, because Holly is also based on one of my friends back then. Because I don't know. I used to have a crush on her. And I don't know. I'm sorry, Holly, if you're watching this. I doubt you are, but you know, that was your role back then. But now you're just a goofy, lovable gal. Yep. Anyway, here's Cassie in Hot Springs. Again, experimenting with the monochrome stuff. And this is one of my best Loud House picks. And I remember an episode that was you know, I think Lincoln had a tutor, this older British guy, and all the girls were like, you know, crushing on him. So I made my own version here. If they were all going to the beach or something, then they see him. You know, Lincoln's drowning in the back. Sister's not paying attention. No lifeguard on duty. I guess that's why the sign says no swimming. Yeah, I think I captured all their personalities in this picture. I like it. Oh yes, the Jeff, the Taylor. I was thinking about remaking this year. I actually started it when the beginning of the year, but I have yet to finish it. But one day, I'll finish it. The remake of this one. This little design. Never finished. That's right, folks. This Jeff and Taylor character poster was never finished. Good golly. I mean, I really like their interactions here. Maria with the little sock puppet here, and here's Cassidy with the saxophone. Here's Jane. And here, I drew Taylor's family as if I was going to continue this, but then I just stopped. I was like, this isn't going well. I don't like this. So, yeah, I never finished it. I know. Here's Jeff and Taylor in tuxedos, but they look very presidential. Wow. And they have different tie colors. This is because this is their favorite colors here, not because of their party lines or anything. You know, neither Jeff or Taylor endorse any political party, but you may think, you know, with the colors here, but no. A sketch of my Project JA people, or Endless Odyssey people. Never finished it, but it has a cool composition. A very quick Jacob Johansson. Yeah, just because, you know, Cassidy, I need something for her locker, so she has this in her locker. Come on. And I love his AVGN underwear. Who knew that the angry video game nerd has a line of underwear? And Jacob is not a nerd at all. But here's AVGN himself, James Rolfe. I drew this for Volume 4, and actually remade this for the remake, or the reprint of Volume 4, which I'll have it printed very soon. Jane's little bio portrait, looking real cute. Oh yes, a little sketch I drew for Jeff's birthday, who shares the same birthday as me, and he's 14 forever. That's right. And he's always in a hurry to grow up, so that's why he's saying this. You know, it makes him wonder. Oh wow, look at this transition. It's almost like they're meant to be. No, I'm just kidding. Although there are some people that ship them. That's fine. Jennifer thinks we're losers, because that's how she is. Yes, this is the same year where I redesigned Jenny. You know, she actually looks like a girl here. I don't know if I have her old design here. Maybe I do. But yeah, she has a skirt and a little blouse here. She's looking very feminine, you know? And this is how she used to look like. With her round glasses, long head, baseball hat, whatever. Her little, tramp top, that's what I call it, and shorts. I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, I'm glad I redesigned her like this. Made her glasses more feminine. That's why I redrew her like that. Oh, and here's Amanda. Her little cutout. I drew this just so I can have a little cutout on my table. This is it. I'm actually looking at this physical cutout right now on my desk. That's right, Amanda. Here's the commission guide. Back when my stuff was really cheap. Here's Amanda again. Boy, has she changed? Her giant teeth. Ah yes, everybody's clamoring for this game. JFM Studios vs. Capcom. That's right. Concept art for a Project JA character, a major supporting character, Johanna. I'll redesign her. I'll change her clothes and her hair and her glasses because she looks way too much like Rosie, Jane's mom. Yes. I drew my dad as a Mario character. Or as Mario. It's a little running joke. But, yeah. I drew this. Yeah. Here's Ashley again. I remember I drew this very randomly. Oh, my other OC. My other main OC. Kelly Rogers. Oh boy, when am I gonna draw school spirit stuff again? Who knows? I don't know. I kind of want to keep this hush-hush for now. Like, if I were to actually make this comic or whatever, I actually want to have it somewhat done before announcing it. Because it's not fun working on a comic and people want more and more while you're working on other comics. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll draw her again for fun. Kim's biopic. Here's Kim again. Chris with her old hairstyle. Lenny as Pink Lantern? I think that's what it is. That's what I named it. Pink Lantern, Makes me think of pink lemonade. Oh yes, here we go. My fake Loud House title cards. Beware the G Station. Written by me. Storyboarded by Bill Gates and directed by Barack Obama. Man. And the three of us together make the best episode ever. Come on. And here's Lincoln's Inferno, written by Dante Alighieri, storyboarded by Virgil the Poet, and directed by Pope Francis. Rest in peace, man. Pope Francis. Oh my gosh. Lost. Written by Tim Buckley, storyboarded by Tom Preston, and directed by Christian Weston Chandler. This whole picture is a meme, man. I swear, this picture has its own page on Know Your Meme. I swear, you can look it up. But poor Lori here. She'll be fine, I guess. Who knows? Anyway, here's a cropped picture. Oh Lord, please, I don't want the full version to be here. Even though it's censored or covered, I don't want the full version here. If it is, I'll just edit it out. I don't know. This is just too much for YouTube, but you know what's going on here. So I'm guessing the boys like her bikini. They're just not gonna say anything. Please, Lord, I'm begging you. If it is here, I'll just censor it and my gosh. Is it? No, it's not. Okay, good. It's just an innocent Lily with her floppy cowgirl hat. What's going on? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, and here's another school spirit character. This is Lisa. Yeah, she's a cheerleader, a very happy cheerleader. Here's another sad Loud House pic. Lori after a car accident. Get well soon. Oh no, here's a picture from Lenny. Sad man. Oh no. I can't believe I drew this. I'm a monster. But yeah, here's evidence that I drew it because you see my logo here. Gosh. A sketch commission, I think. I don't know why I didn't label it as commission, but Lincoln versus Lori in a lightsaber duel. Here's Lori and Luann. Yeah. Lisa and Lincoln. More Star Wars stuff. More Star Wars stuff. This, I guess, Lucy's emperor, or the empress, I should say. This little background picture, I had it for my Christmas wallpaper in my car. Yeah, that's why you see the bars here. It's just for a special reason. A redraw of a Loud House screenshot. Oh yes, look at this. I drew Corey Torbitt's character. If you don't know who Corey Torbit is, he's one of my longtime fans and friends, online friend. We used to draw each other's OCs all the time. And here is Team Starhammer robbery department manager Sawyer, based off of Slow Beef. Here's Maria again. The Master of Owls. Yes, this is a very quick drawing of a little girl holding an owl. This is an actual photo of a girl holding an owl like this with a very scowling look. I thought it was funny, so I drew it. Oh man, you guys don't need to know this, but this was like Meet the Artist things. I actually did this, and this is back when I was somewhat comfortable drawing myself, but not really, because I'm covering my eyes, and this was when I was still skinny. I'm a bit fatter now, but yeah, I just look at this, man. Mysterious loner, that's still true. Idealist, still true. Hopeless romantic, very true. But man, let's see if any of my likes and dislikes changed. Making comics, drawings, video games, boxing, U.S. history, politics, winter. I don't know. This winter is kind of annoying me. Making videos, Cats, Pink Floyd, Gravity Falls, Loud House Pizza, seeing J&T fan art, oh hell yeah. Take 5 candy bars, yes. Oreo milkshakes, oh yeah. Chocolate chip muffins, especially from Walmart. Football, Seahawks and Lions. Let's cross the Seahawks out. I'm all about the Lions, baby. The Detroit Lions are my team. And spending time with friends. That's right. And my dislikes are still accurate. Okay, especially with the Wasps and Hornets. Hate them. Oh, and my height, I'm not 5'11". I'm actually 5'10", with shoes on. So, and I'm definitely not 160. I'm almost 200. That's depressing, man. I don't know. When someone interrupts you while listening to your favorite song, it's exactly. I hate this. I hate it when it happens. So, and Cassidy hates it too. So, happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Very quick Mother's Day drawing. Oh gosh, this is not canon, folks. This is shameful, disgusting. Look at this. Well, look at what Jane says. I suppose I look mighty fine. Do you think Jacob will notice? She wants the 28-year-old substitute teacher to notice her. That's not Jane right now. Come on. Secretly, she would probably want Jeff to notice, but not an older gentleman. Come on. An older man who's actually a bad guy. But come on, man. Jane, she was a harlot back then. A Jezebel, as the southern people would say. Gosh. And she would be all into other guys while Jeff crushes on her. Come on. That's not J&T now. Come on. I'm sorry for my little rant there. Oh yeah, so the cover for Ninja Nonsense? Yes, folks. This is Austin No Doubt Trout. He's one of my favorite boxers. He doesn't box anymore. He's actually a bare knuckle boxer now. Which is a totally different sport from boxing. I guess the different rules, but they don't wear gloves. And he's actually a champion. So I'm glad he is. And this is the same year where he followed me back on Instagram. So we're kind of mutual friends, you know. For 10 years, man. Alright, Austin Trout. Officer Olivia from SB 99. I remember him. Jeff and Taylor book graphic, whatever. Oh no, another sad Loud House pic of Luann getting disgusting stuff on her during a live show. Yep. My very last podcast was this year, 2016. I think I still have it up on my other channel. And I think I was a bit tipsy when I recorded this, so yep, very embarrassing, very weird, man. Poor Bun Bun. Lincoln's precious Bun Bun got ripped apart. I don't know what this is. Promo postcard. I don't know. It's a postcard, you know. But yeah, this was Purple Rain. This was gonna be, you know, I wanted to be my very best picture I ever drew, especially with the clouds and junk. I don't think these clouds are photographs. I think I looked at a photograph or multiple photographs and just painted them, painted these clouds by hand. You know, you can tell by the brush strokes. See, and I tried my very best, you know. This is Luna, in my style, playing Purple Rain by Prince. Yep. And here's my former wallpaper in my truck's little radio. See, right here is where the album cover would be, and then these bars, it would show the letters, because the letters are white, so I wanted to see the letters clearly. So yeah, I changed it, of course, but I remember this was a fun little picture. Here's Raizo the ninja. Reina, this is a person's OC. This is another commission. Like I said, I don't know why I didn't label this as commission. Usually I do. Here's Robin. Rosalind Gatsby by Jake Morales Muñeco. Cute little character. Here's Sam again. Where's Sam? Oh, actually, this was right when I redesigned her. You know, had her little beanie, her skull, or should I say, a skull cap with the skulls in the background. I want the skulls, man. Yeah. Oh boy, this is a portrait of Sarah. Yep, just a portrait of Sarah. And here she is again. And here she is again. You know, her bio portrait. A scary Cassidy. I actually drew this because this is an actual screenshot in a Pokemon episode where Misty tries to scare Ash away from Cerulean Town or Cerulean City. So yeah, this is I can see Cassidy doing this. Yeah, here's a sketch. This is officially a 2017 drawing because I finished it that year, but I started it in 2016. So yeah. Same with this. Hey, it's the Goof Boy. If you watched the Goofy movie, you know what this scene is all about. Haha. Yep. Oh yes, See you next Wednesday. I'm actually recording this on a Wednesday. Wouldn't you believe that? Nah. This is a little Halloween picture. Little preview of Creep Tales, a little trilogy where Jeff and Taylor going into a town filled with these monsters, which is based off of a book series called Creep Tales, which is a parody of Goosebumps. So think about the Goosebumps movie in a different town, you know? Yeah. And here's a side portrait of me. My gosh, I hate drawing myself. I really do. That's why nowadays I draw myself as a stick figure, a very simplified stick figure, just so I'll be not as noticeable as my characters, because I don't want to be, I'm not narcissistic like that, you know? I'm definitely not a narcissist. Definitely not. Anyway, Shaken. Lucy fell into a pond with a dead person in it, and she's shaken by it. She never thought she'd be scared by an actual dead, person or corpse, but she is, and she's crying. And Lynn is like, "What the heck? You're scaring me." And then, it's a domino effect. Lucy is like shaken, and then she's like this for the whole week or something, and then Lynn gets nightmares. And later, Lynn sleepwalks during her nightmares, stabs Lincoln, goes to juvie. It's sad, man, this whole tragedy. But here's another tragedy. Lynn breaking her leg. I think this was the first sad Loud House pic I drew. And wouldn't you know it, it's of my favorite character, Lynn. Why do I do this to my favorite characters? Why? I guess it's because I want to see how they would handle pain, and it will inspire me. It will inspire others. I know it's very weird, because Jane's my favorite character in Jeff and Taylor, but I never drew her, getting hurt. At least I don't think so. No, I didn't. I don't know. Here is a t-shirt design. Don't talk to me, I'm listening to my music. That's right. I actually wore this shirt on Sunday. That's right. I still have it. Here's another shirt. I think my sister has this. She's the only one that has this shirt. Law and Order sibling. Whatever. Oh yeah, it's a very scary looking Jane. Just because I smile a lot doesn't mean I'm crazy. No, you look crazy. My God. I gotta redraw it with her current design. Studios. Here's Maria. I think my niece has this shirt. Yes. Sketch dumps. I already talked about sketch dumps in another video. Man, I made 3 sketch dumps this year. That's nice. And here's the Loud girls watching their brother sleep. And here's the colored version. This is one of my best ones. And here Lincoln is reading the G Station. The remake of the G Station. Not the remake that came out in 2020. This was the remake back in 2009. This awkward 2009 remake. That's right. That's right. It was a remake. Or should I say a remaster? Because it's the same story, just different, just updated pictures. I don't know. Joe Smith Jr. He's another boxer that I like. 2016 was a big year for him. Knocked out Bernard Hopkins out the ring. Well, the future was bright for him. Nothing bad happened. It's just, losses. It happens. He then later won a championship in the year 2021, I think. But it was nice. It was a nice year for him. Spyware Madness. I don't know how I feel about this cover, man. If I were to reprint Volume 5, I would probably remake this cover. Just the cover. Not the episode, but yeah. I don't know. It's very, very strange. Oh yes, the very first picture of 2016. This is Jane, an older Jane, in a steampunk universe. Look at her braces. I like the gears. Steam City Woman, that's what I call this. Yep, here's Lana from the Loud House with Mud. This is my Super Loud series, that's right. Here's Lenny. Lily, she has a magical diaper or whatever. Lincoln. Lisa. Lola with a creepy smile. Lori with magical thumbs. I guess this makes her text faster. I don't know. Luann with magical rubber chickens. Lucy. Luna. And Lynn. Yes, it was this one. This is the very first Loud House picture I drew, and then I posted it on DeviantArt and Instagram, and I gained a lot of likes and followers. It was because of this picture. Amazing. I loved it. Oh boy. Another cropped picture of Jane in the future. Yeah. But man, just in a serious note, look at this rendering. This is messy. Messy like rendering, man. It's like this actually passed as good. I don't know what to say. Here's Taylor's little sister, Tanya. It's Taylor. Yes, I drew this quickly for Thanksgiving. Where's the turkey mates? This is like a suggestion from Corey Torbett. Yeah, another cropped picture. A cropped and edited picture of Taylor's mom. Here she is again. Look how slanted. What's going on? I don't know. This deserves a remake. Here's Taylor's brothers. Oh, yes. I was watching some Aqua Teen Hunger Force when I drew this. But yeah, David holding Lily from the Loud House, and he's like, yeah, I have to admit, she's kind of cute. And she's like, tonight, you. And then David is surprised. Like, what does she mean by that? What does she mean by tonight, you? Yeah. Lincoln and Clyde in my style. They're looking nice, looking dapper. Kind of weird, but these two in my style, I guess they pass as, cute, but still kind of weird looking. These two look cute in my style. These two look great in my style, if I say so myself. Sometimes when I draw my characters, when I draw other characters in my style, they look weird at first, but after I draw them a few more times, then I get the hang of it. Luann's little skirt here, is kind of bulging. I don't know what's going on. That's optical illusion that I accidentally made. Lynn looks super cute here, my gosh, and Lucy looks good, Yes, and here's Trina, Taylor's gender bent. Oh, come on, man. Not this. What's this doing here? And this isn't really artwork. This is a shitty Photoshop, but folks, sometimes I like to daydream. And I daydream myself as a boxer. And the super lightweight division is 140 pounds. Laughable that I would ever weigh that less, not that much nowadays. But still, this was a guy from Russia, Edward Troyanovsky, and I didn't like him. He knocked out one of my favorite boxers twice. It was like, and I wanted that belt. He had that red belt, that I have in my studio. So I'm like, oh man, what happens one day I were to fight him for that belt, So it's cool, In a little alternate universe, I would knock him out. That's how it happens, Hearts on Fire, a little nod to Rocky IV. That's right. Anyway, Amanda's sad because it never happened. And this is lyrics from my little theme song. She won't even miss me when she's gone. That's okay with me. I'll cry later on. Which isn't really a breakup song. It's not. It's definitely not a love song. Believe it or not, my little theme song by The Tubes is actually a happy breakup song. Oh yeah, she's gone. I'm so glad that that's how the song goes. Anyway, a twin fight. I remember this. This is kind of traumatic to some people. I understand. Yeah. Uncle Link. That's right. Man, I love boxing, and I like this little series that I did of Link as a surrogate uncle to these baby black mages, and he's practicing his punches, on his punching bag, while the babies are taped to it. So yeah, there's some abuse going on, but it's funny abuse. Yes, Jane underwater. This was a very nice picture. Yes, used and abused. I forgot how the story goes, but Lenny baked a prune pie for this guy, and he didn't like it, so he threw it back at her. I edited this. Originally, it was going to be a strawberry pie, then it was all red. So I was like, oh my gosh, it looked too much like blood, so I changed it. A little quick Valentine's Day edit for that one picture from earlier. Oh, it never ends, man. So I'm almost done here. Almost done. A Jenny and Trina pic. Very nice. This is after the redesign, and I liked how this turned out. But it kind of looks like Jenny is like about to touch her ass here. It's like this is why she's like smiling. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, don't mind me. It's like, yeah. I guess these two would play around like this. You never know. If the boys don't do it, then I don't know if the girls will. But I don't know. Girls are very different from boys. They're very comfortable with each other. So I've heard. I don't know. My little poster of Jeff and Taylor Volume 4. That's right. Everything that happens in the volume happens here. Oh yes. Jefficus and Talos. The girls in the little Ancient Geeks story. Jeff and Taylor as their own versions of Mario and Luigi from the Super Mario Brothers movie, the live action one. That's right, the one that I really like. That now has a cult following. Lily and her day job here. It's totally random. The boys as ninjas. My ninjas. Here we go. That's right. And here is a very awkward picture. Not because of the subject matter or something. It's because of, Jacob still looks a bit short here, and his tiny head, and his hair is too brown. It's supposed to be a very dark green, a devilish green, because devilish evil characters have that shade of green in their hair, just like Nicky Nice. Nicky Nice and Jacob Johansson share the same hair color. They're not related. They're just evil, But here he is posing with the girls like this. This tiny head. Gosh. Yeah. Here's the West End girls. Their little 2016 portrait. Somerville. I'm sorry. This just crazy cat caught me off guard there. There he is, just staring at us. But yeah, population 220. That's not a lot of people for a city, At least I don't think so. I don't know. But yeah, this is located in somewhere in Florida, but it's not part of Florida. If it makes sense. I think I explained this 1,000 times. And here's a Christmas picture. I think I talked about this in my Christmas video a couple months ago. This, I think I consider this one of the worst pictures I've made, because of the execution. This didn't look right. Jane's head does not look right here. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're fighting or whatnot. She's the type that be angry, and Jeff is like all sad about it. I guess that's how I be. If my girlfriend was angry at me, I wouldn't be angry back. I would just be sad. That's just how I am. But I don't know. It's just weird. And I think this is the last picture. What a way to end this video. This sad picture. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's an hour long. It's over an hour long. I can't believe it. I don't know. I guess this is why I make fewer videos nowadays, because I talk too much. I don't know. But yeah, this is a good evening. I can actually, just post something on YouTube, and I really hope you enjoy this video. It's a nice, walk down memory lane. You get to see how I used to render pictures, my thought process, my little awkward cropped pictures. Hope you enjoyed that. So yeah, it's fun. It was a fun year, that 2016. That rascal of a year. I can't believe it. I had a full-time job back then, and I drew that much. Finished 2 Jeff and Taylor episodes, published volume 4, and worked on a lot of Loud House stuff, and made some videos. I don't know how I did it. Maybe it was my age. Who knows? Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. But thank you anyways for watching this video. Make sure to give this video a like, and of course, support me by, subscribing and reading Jeff and Taylor comics at jeffandtaylorcomic.com. That's jeffandtaylorcomic.com. Alright, guys. Jeff, I'm out, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Alright. Bye, guys.